Hi guys, welcome back. You are of course with CardyGolf. If you haven't yet subscribed, then please do press that subscribe button so you never miss another video. Today is really simple. You're out with me and I'm just doing a little bit of practice. Now of course, for those that know me really well, they know that my own playing has slipped down the priority ladder a little bit over the last 2 or 3 years. And it's kind of a good thing. It's where I was looking to go in other avenues, etc. However, it is so crucial for me to do a bit of practice from time to time, because in those circumstances where I do play and do get to play, I need to be okay at least. Hello everyone, you're watching CardyGolf. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So some short game stuff for me today. I'm kind of in that kind of area in between a pitch and a chip, where it's like the longer type chip. I've got like 25 yards to that flag, and it's a bit of a problem area for me. Generally and historically, I've got very steep and diggy on those ones, which is like my comfort blanket. But the problem is, I then am susceptible to the odd miss strike, but even when I do strike it, I'm susceptible to that one that really fires out too fast, and I lack a little bit of control on those shorter chips. So I just want to try and shallow out my technique again today. Just to kind of give you an idea of what I mean by my old technique and why I didn't like it, you'll see like I generally stand with the ball too far back and hit quite downward on the ball. Even for like a 20-yard shot, I take a fairly substantial divot, which okay has worked for me over time, but I know I'll just be more consistent if I don't. So, as I said, half decent golf shot, ropey technique. I'm going to get away with it because that's how I've practiced a lot, but it's not getting away with it I want to get more consistent at that shot. So one thing that's really important for me, I don't want to be completely thinking about technique the whole way through this. I'm going to try and create desired technique from moving things around and not actually thinking about technique the whole time. Sounds like it doesn't make sense, but hopefully it'll start to become clear. First thing I'm going to do is move the ball position forward, because everyone knows the further forward the ball position is, the more shallow your contact is likely to be and the more shallow your delivery is going to be into the ball. So actually straight away, that's made a massive difference to my general flight. That's maybe 3 or 4 times higher than the shots I was hitting with the old ball position. Strikes haven't got loads better. I mean, the strikes there were okay, and the strikes before are okay. Whether they're going to be more consistent or not, time will tell. The one thing I will say, that I'm still taking a bit of a divot, even with the ball position move further forward. So I'm obviously inherently steep with my attack angle. So that's something that I need to change a little bit, and ball position doesn't seem to be doing that alone. Just as I'm knocking these balls back to somewhere else, I'm just having a little think about. Sorry, I'll concentrate. I'm just having a little think about what I'm going to do next, just to try and shallow that stroke out a little bit more. Like I said, I don't want to be thinking about technique loads. I'm going to move somewhere else, and I'm going to try something else. Moving somewhere else mainly because I don't want the practice to get too monotonous. I want to hit a slightly different shot, similar length but different shot. Okay, so I'm setting myself a proper task now. I'm going to try and hit a few more pitch shots, but because I don't want to think loads about technique, I'm going to really just think about outcome. And the outcome I want this to result in is for me to hit these kind of 25-yard pitch shots with a lob wedge, and I don't want to take any divots whatsoever. Nothing. And that's quite tough because the ground is soft at the moment. First effort, massive fin. But I don't mind that at all because it's a work in progress. Better, and don't forget that guys, everything takes practice. Don't do 2 or 3 and think, oh, it's not really working for me, it can't be right, it can't be the right thing to do, I'm going to work on something else. I'm not expecting this to happen straight away today or overnight or anything. I'm just building some foundations to hopefully build better short game on. So even when I'm trying desperately hard not to take a divot, I can still duff it. I mean, that's barely moved. Oh, it's better again. Much, much better again. Okay, once more, really good, and that's a good start there. I've had enough of that. I'm going to move on to something else. Like I said, I like to keep changing it up. I don't want practice to become boring. That's really important, because if practice becomes boring, the likelihood is you're not going to do it. If you don't do it, then you're not going to get better. Okay, so I'm going to finish off with some slightly shorter ones, and the last little tip I'm going to give you, and this is a great one. Someone gave this to me once, bear with me. I'm going to attempt to hit the ball right in the equator of the golf ball, and what I mean by that, I'm going to turn the ball on its side like that, so the logo is there, all right, and that is where I'm going to try and hit the ball. I want the leading edge to hit the equator of the golf ball. Now, okay, you're probably thinking, if that happens, isn't it just going to like shoot through the green and be a thin? The answer to that is maybe, but not really. Because of the descending blow on the golf ball, the chances are is the ball will still roll up the club face. Not only that, instinctively, you're not actually going to be able to hit the equator of the golf ball. You're going to make the club go a little bit lower than that, but what it's going to do is show it right out and hopefully create cleaner, divotless contact. I think if I was having a proper practice today, if I dedicated a day to short game practice or half a day to short game practice, I'd probably do each of those for maybe 15 to 20 minutes. I wouldn't go overboard on it, because again, it can get so boring, and it's not about being boring. Don't forget, golf's a hobby. I stress that in most of my videos. Make sure you do everything you can to enjoy the game. But you're definitely going to enjoy the game more if you're better at it. And that's why practice is key. Now, of course, really important little disclaimer. What I've done today is my practice for me. It's just what I need to work on. What you guys need to work on might be completely and utterly different. So don't feel you've all got to go out there and try and shallow out your chipping techniques. If your chipping techniques are already shallow, then A, it could make you worse, and B, it could possibly be a complete waste of time. You might already know what the weak areas in your game are. If not, find yourself a decent PGA pro, and he or she will tell you what the weak areas in your game are based on watching you play. I desperately do not want to be that YouTuber who gives this kind of quick fix to everyone and says try this and you'll be a really great golfer, because frankly it doesn't exist, and that's quite important to me. It was important to me from the second I started doing it. Also, what I would be doing after I had done that technical aspect of practice is going and doing some drills. Again, that's super important to me. I'm not going to go through the drills with you now because, again, because I don't want to bore you to death watching me do drills, but also I've done them before. So there's short game drill videos on my channel that you can go and have a look at to finish off. I might have done like chip to a hole, or maybe a par 18 or something like that. It's just really important that after doing that, I kind of put it to the test a little bit and make it scoreable and make it measurable to see if I'm actually any better or not. Hopefully it will be. Time will only tell. And until then, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me at CardyGolf on all other social media, and I'll see you next week.